Elite Assembly. Step up, see flash is the ToyLeet crew. We're the kings of the game, yeah, the chosen few. From the shadows we rise with the rarest finds. Collect them, respect them, we're one of a kind. ToyLeet, we're in the streets. Elite with the feats in this collectible feast. ToyLeet, never the street. We're the heart of the beat, we're all playmates. Me, check our stacks, our collection supreme. Limited editions, every collector's dream. We're the myths, we're the legends, with every drop. Taking over the block, we never stop. In the alleys where the echoes play, ToyLeet's the name, hear what we say. Rising, thriving, always thriving. In our realm we're always driving. ToyLeet, bringing in the street, the lift ToyLeets, setting the pace. With a snap of the case and a click of the lock, ToyLeet's on top and we're ready to rock. Collecting more than just toys, we're up. We're up. We're up. ToyLeet, never the street, we're the heart of the beat, we're all playmates, me. We're the tree, we're the ToyLeet, what's the flow? Cause in this zone, we never admit defeat. Come for the thrill, stay for the chase. ToyLeet's in the place, set in the pace.
What is up? What's up? What's up?
Oh, what's up, dude? How's it going, man?
What's
I'm
happening, my brother?
How's it going, dude?
You surfing
Good deal,
Pornhub
man.
over there?
Good
Got distracted?
No, I was scrolling through the Instagram, man. I got this new setup here. It's like, I know I've always talked and hyped up this command center, but hopefully the lighting's good. I got the light up a little bit higher, so it's not like glaring on my face. And I've got boom, 6 monitors here. I've got some consoles here in front of me, and best of all, I've got a cup of water.
I got a cup of coffee.
So, good deal. Awesome. So it's been a minute, right?
Been a minute for you, brother.
Yeah, it's been a minute for you, though. It's been 2 minutes for me and a minute for you, right?
Yeah.
Last week
that's a good way to put
it. Last week, you and I both you weren't up to our best, so we held off last week. We've been consistent, or at least you had been. I had been consistently inconsistent the last 2 weeks. So you and Jeff, thank you. I was going to say Skunkworks. Skunks were here a couple weeks ago talking, kind of just, keeping the stream consistent, right? Yeah. And, making sure, because they say that's what the biggest thing is, right? Punk always talks about it, staying consistent and coming back week after week. And here we are, episode 41 of the ToyLeet Takeover, Tuesday nights, 9:05 Eastern. And the two dudes who have a plastic passion get together, talk toys, talk independent toys, leave the mainstream toys for the Monday Night Professional.
Yeah.
And let him do his thing.
We're calling him now. Let's not make his ego too big. He's not even here to accept that award.
Yeah, no. We get together, we talk what's coming up, and then every week we have our ToyLeet or Toilet segment where we talk about something that goes on the shelf or something that goes down the toilet. And, we also like to shout out someone from the crick. We'll throw back to the origination of the show with you and your son, where we talk about somebody doing something cool we like in the community. Could be somebody manufacturing toys, could be another YouTuber, could be a photographer, could be somebody who just pops into streams and chats sometimes. And then we typically do and cover the news. And then most weeks we have a main topic. But since we've been gone for a couple weeks, the main topic this week is kind of just diving in a little bit deeper and heavier into the news segments, talking back and forth as we go through the news, bringing everybody up to speed on some of the happenings over the last really almost 3 weeks. And there's been quite a bit.
Yeah. Been a couple of
I won't let this drag on too long before we get to that stuff.
Right. Yeah. We don't want to go 3 hours and then get to the topic and everybody's passed out sleeping.
Right.
It is what
we'll talk some of that. So we'll get into our independent toy news. But Ed, What's going on, man? How's things been?
Oh, doing good, man. Doing good. Been real busy. I'm trying to get some shit organized at work and stuff, and got people I got to deal with and make sure they're doing their jobs. And had one of my customer service reps not working up to her full potential, so that's been
Gotcha.
having to put some extra coaching time in with her, and of course she works like 3 hours behind us because she's on the Pacific time, so that's been taking up more of my time after my normal hours. So
I hear you there, man.
but it's all good, man. It's all good. It's
That's good.
once summertime comes and I tell the boss, hey, I'm taking an extra day off, and he just says yes, and I'm like, okay, good.
Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, the day was nice. It was like 66 out here by me. Way nicer than a couple weeks ago when I was in Toronto and it was freezing up there in Canada. But got to be on site live in person for the John Cena heel turn. I won't go too heavy into wrestling, but I did get to see that in person with my boys, and we had a blast. Some great seats, man.
I almost went to the Monday Night Raw the day.
In Buffalo.
Yeah, in Buffalo, because my cousin had tickets, but I wasn't feeling great. So my daughter and my ex-wife ended up going because Rhea Ripley was there, and my daughter's a huge Ripley fan. So
she actually lost the belt that night.
Yeah.
She lost the belt that night. Yeah. Yeah.
I heard all about it. Trust me, I heard all about it.
Good deal.
How could they take the belt from her, Dad? I said they didn't. She lost it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good deal. Yeah. So we just kind of getting back into things. Just finished up some prep in there, getting the basement together, getting my little factory going. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on this evening, leading up to next week's show, which I'm really excited about because finally, what has felt like forever, we'll be launching Hexa Stack online for purchases next Wednesday. But we'll talk more about that in detail next week with the main topic. But tonight, we're going to take it easy, kind of cruise through everything, and make some shit happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit to cover, man. A lot of shit to cover.
Yeah, man. Did you get any pickups, dude?
I did not get anything new this week at all, actually. In the last couple of weeks, I haven't actually gotten anything new. Got a bunch of shit on order. It just hasn't come in yet. So
Gotcha.
kind of on a dry spell waiting for stuff to come in. I go to my lovely local Walmart just to pick up some plastic, just so I have something to play with, and it's nothing ever there. So
yeah.
How about you? What you got?
Well, yeah, give me a second. I'm getting it all together real quick. As I told you before we went live, I had a whole bunch of shit, right? And
I says I picked up these nuts.
So I got this from Hello Dope Toys a couple weeks, about a week or so ago.
Let me make you up big yourself here. Hold on a second.
Got this here a couple weeks ago from
nice.
Hello Dope. I haven't opened it yet. Still in the plastic. That's actually, I just pulled out of one of the drawers. I got Cammy, also from our boys over at Hello Dope Toys. And then one that I remember this guy from when I was a kid.
Oh yeah,
Gail.
Yeah,
I think that's how you pronounce him. Gail, however you pronounce it. Yeah, I'm horrible at that. So I got those from Hello Dope. Then I got this stuff, which on sale on Target app. Somebody posted it, so I went and got a Sandman WWE Elite. It's got like the barbed wire wrapped around them, some beer cans. I'm gonna have to print some decals for that and put Steve Weiser on it or something. But yeah, I snagged that, which was cool. I also decided to go full cheese monster and go back to early 90s and get some retro WWE Elite legends. Justin Hawk Bradshaw from, I want to say this must be around the time of like 95-ish, maybe 94. Actually, it might even be, probably 94 is about Justin Hawk Bradshaw time, WWE. This is JBL before he had any APA and all that stuff. And he's got like the bull rope and stuff. That cheesy 90s nostalgia gimmick was really cool. And I picked it up. It was on sale. So then I decided, hey, can't stop there. Got to get the Sultan, which was Rikishi, who's also he's the father of the Usos, part of that bloodline. So, another cheesy 90s figure. And I was like, I got to pick that up. And he has some soft goods and stuff. So, I've got that. Got all those on fairly cheap off of, I want to say Target app or something. And then, like I said, I got those. So those are my new pickups. This can lead us into Where is it?
God, if you have a weak stomach, you may stop right here. Anybody hungry?
This might be like the first time anyone's ever seen this character. I don't know that anybody's ever seen
brand
this.
new. I've never seen that guy. What's that guy's name?
I just opened him up. They call him Swig, I think.
He's
think that's his name.
Is he a new mythic? Wow, he's impressive.
I think he's mythic. Yeah. As I told you, I was cleaning up the basement the last couple weeks and getting things in order for the production, and I was going through some boxes. And as I alluded to before we came on the stream here, I came across several legions I had not opened yet, and he is one of them.
Says that's swag right there.
Yeah, and I definitely like him. He's my first goblin, I think. I will say his hand's a little finicky and like really loose. So if I turn his wrist and stuff, it kind of pops out. So I don't know if that's like a known issue with him or if it's just some, maybe my figure. But I'm gonna throw some blue ticky tack tape stick in there just to kind of keep it in there a little bit better. But yeah, definitely not a flusher, and he will definitely go in my setups that I'm building on the Hexa stack. So yeah, very
he's
definitely not a flusher. I like him.
Swig is a really cool figure for sure. I mean, he's like I said, he's probably everybody's favorite little goblin, in that collects mythic and stuff. And
I feel like I can tell some stories with him.
Became even more popular with the 1,000 Swigs that happened at Legion's Con this past year with Terrence St. John and all that. So I mean,
yeah. I also got this guy, and I found him in the same box with Swig, but I decided
the Vampire Hunter.
Yeah, awesome. I think I could tell some stories with Swig though. I feel like he would be like some creepy old man telling stories to my my plunderlings, and like I could have my plunderlings being like directed to do some really, really bad things by this guy. So yeah, he's the cool guy. Happy with him. I love the armor and stuff. Yeah. So yes, no flush this week.
He comes with a bunch of cool little accessories too.
Yeah, I hadn't gone through all of them as I only fairly recently opened it when I found it. But yeah, I got a bunch of stuff this week. And as I said, I may have found like a whole bunch of Savage Crucible figures that I didn't know I had. And I may have also found a large box of AWOC Ancients that I didn't know I had either. No, I'm happy I found it before I put these back on the shelf. I'm happy I found it because there's also a Spiro Toys discount on a bunch of their figures, and I was gonna go place an order, and then I came across this box, and I was like, I probably don't need to order any more of these.
No, probably not. When you find stuff like that stashed around, that means you have a problem, right?
No problem. No problem. Swig said it was okay.
Swig said it was okay. Well, if Swig says it's good,
Swig talks to me.
Yeah, I believe
Swig talks to me. He tells me things that I want to do.
That's scary.
I think that's a song. I think that's a Randy Orton song. Yeah, man. Let's hit up the chat real quick.
Sure. We got this guy who says he's first. Mr.
First,
Wonderful.
not last.
That's right.
Yes.
If you're not first, you're last. Then we got this guy here, Menhoza. What's up, Menhoza? And Dave Dimensions coming to us right from the lovely state of New York. He's only like 45 minutes north of me. So another fellow New Yorker with us. And Roll Keeper's here. ToyLeet. What's up, Roll Keeper? And we are now officially Toy Tube since Nolan has joined us. And what's up, Travis? Ed in the chat.
If you say Nolan real quick, it sounds like you said no one. And it says, and you go, we're ToyLeet official or like YouTube official because no one has joined us.
Yep. That'd be about right. And John from the Collecting Brothers and his artificial intelligence twin brothers here to join us.
I saw them on camera for the first time ever the other day. I joined their stream
both
about
of them
30
together
seconds before they. Yeah, I think it was his brother. And then like I joined on the stream and I went to start typing and I started typing and they're like, "See you guys later." And I was like, "Shit, I just missed them." Like I literally caught the very end of their show.
So that's how John does it. He just has an AI brother for like 2 seconds, and then as soon as everybody joins, he's just like, "Hey, we'll see y'all later."
Yeah, that must be it.
And then we got the man,
hey,
Ted Darklaw's with us. What's up, Ted? And the one and only Ostradamus Toys. Hello, friends.
It's my dude. He's got some pickups for me coming
That's right, he
soon,
does.
man. That dude picked me up some really great stuff from ZoloCon. He's got me the White Lizard from Savage Crucible.
Yes.
He's got the 2 4 Horsemen exclusives coming for me. And I think that's it.
And Oz.
Oh, no. He got me the Legion. It was just the 2. There was 3 figures, I think.
Yeah. And Oz, if you're still with us, send Travis a picture of what you did with your barbarian figure with the armor if you took a picture of it. I was telling Travis about it. And then Nomad from the North is up with us. What's up, suckers?
Dude.
Troy Dotson, what's up, my dudes? Kenny, Kenzo's Creations. Hey, fellas. Oh, we got more. And Mr. Fu, or as Ted calls him, Fetrid. And the
That's
beautiful
me
Cowboy
my
Collector.
Roman. That's
Your
me
Roman?
acknowledging you guys.
Oh, shit. What? Wait, there's a dragon coming out? Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but it's really small, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Cobb. It's really small. It's insignificant. It's gumball machine garbage. And greetings, Allison. How are you today?
Sorry, I got a little further in the chat here. Adam joined.
Cobb says Justin Hawk was in 96.
Was he really? That's crazy.
Plastic Skulls is with us. What's up, Plastic Skulls? And yes, Adam from Highly Articulated is here. Don't be a bitch. Travis, order more.
Yeah.
Or order some damn zombies.
I already did.
He's
telling me to add. He's telling me to add to my pledge. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I will once I see the other unlocks.
Yeah, I've already gone into as far as I can go with the pledge. I can't go any deeper right now.
I think
more stuff unlocks. Oh, well, that's it for the chat right now.
So can we go back to that statement where somebody claimed it was 96 for Justin Operatshaw? I just looked it up on the Google machine here, and I can confirm he debuted in the WWE against Savio Vega in December of 1995. So you're wrong, Cobb, but so was I. So it's okay.
You're wrong by 1 month, Cobb. You're a lot closer than Travis. So you still win the cigar.
Awesome. Good deal.
All right, brother.
Is that it?
Let's see. Oz is saying something here. Oh, sure can do. Okay, that's to the picture thing. Cool. Thanks, Oz.
Cool, man.
All right, my man.
Let's jump right in then.
Yeah, let's dive in.
So this week we're just gonna kind of catch up because I've been gone. Ed's been slacking. So since we've both been out last week or two, some of us the last 2 weeks, some of us just the last week. We'll jump in and catch up on the news. There's quite a bit of news. We'll dive in on that. And in the meantime, real quick, he just sent me pictures. Ooh, that does look cool. That looks
pretty badass.
Really cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Is that from the White Savage one? The White Savage lizard?
I think that was one, but I'm not.
I think it is.
I know he got awesome. I think he got a translucent blue sword. I'm not sure.
Oh, I can't wait to open my box and see what I got. But we got a lot of news to go on to, so let's jump right in here. Up first, let's talk about one of your favorite things to do, Ed.
Down by the creek where the water flows, we're shouting out to those who know. Spreading joy, sharing love, ToyLeet fam, you rise above. Shout out from the creek, you're the best. Hype up the heroes who passed the test. Community stars shining bright. Lifting each other, it feels so right.
Awesome. And this week, Ed?
The shout out for the crick goes to the tribe, the AWOC tribe. New collaboration, I guess would be the best word for it, of a bunch of AWOC fans. And I'm not who started. Was that Brian that started that? Endless Fables? Or,
it's Jeff, Rob, Brian, and Mark.
Okay.
I don't think it's Brian Endless Fables. I may be wrong on that, but they're four guys who have come together to kind of put together a fan show for Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. and they'll be focusing on photography and different things around the AWOC stuff. They did their first show this past Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, and they did a live stream there with everybody. I think there were some technical difficulties with Mark, if I have the names right. I don't know these folks as well. Just starting to, follow in on their shows and listen in on the Saturday morning toy collector stream. But the idea is to continue the brand awareness for the AWOC series. Yep. And you know me, I love lure. I love AWOC. I love seeing what people do with those figures. So this I thought was an easy shout out. Get more eyes on it. So definitely check it out. The AWOC Tribe on Instagram, and then Saturday Morning Toy Collectors.
Yep. Good stuff.
Awesome.
You can never go ahead too much AWOC, right?
No, never. And then one more thing is this weekend, so last week they did the first show. It was more of like a kind of, hey, this is what we're going to be doing moving forward. And then this weekend they're going to be doing the first show, kind of like, think of last week as like episode 0, and then this week will be episode 1. And then they're going to go every other week and try to get out twice a week. So they got some really cool ideas with it. I think Terrence might be involved too.
Yeah, I know there's a bunch of people involved from like the AWOC collab pictures and stuff like that. And I know Vaz Picks, Vaz Picks. He does a lot of AWOC stuff. He just started a YouTube show with his wife called the Vaz Zone, I think is what he's calling that. So maybe we'll promote that in a couple of weeks here within the next couple of weeks.
Oh,
cool. He's doing like him and his wife had one, I think it was last week or the week before, where they both did a custom AWOC paint job and then had the people vote on which one they like the best between him and his wife.
It's the wife won, right?
I think she won. Yeah, I can't remember.
That's the way it's got to be. That's the way it's got to be. Happy wife, happy life.
He's having a lot of fun. So, there's a lot of good stuff coming out. New YouTubes to always check out and stuff like that. And Adam wants to know if we like translucent figures. I like translucent glow-in-the-dark space zombies from Mars.
I like the John Cena translucent one because you can't see him.
Nobody wants to see him.
I do. He's the best he's ever been now. He's finally being true to himself. He's being the natural born heel. But before we move on from these guys, I just want to shout them out. Great show on Sunday. I love my AWOC talk. I love my AWOC lore. I saw recently another person did a custom AWOC figure, different color. In one of the
yellow
that I'm in.
Going around?
Yeah. So like, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
And I just want to champion these guys, get some more eyes on it, try to motivate them to keep producing material for this because I love talking AWOC. I do have the 5th book.
AWOC is such a weird like toy line. And I don't mean by that but to be disrespectful at all, but like anybody that's experienced the AWOC stuff absolutely loves it. But you don't see it like explode all over the place like some of these other lines. It's just like, as soon as somebody has an AWOC in their hand, they're like, "Oh my god, this thing's amazing!" Right? It's crazy.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the thing, right? Is like it's getting it to the people so the people can fall in love with it because they absolutely will. I was watching one of the streams last. I think Brick had the main guy from this. The Saturday morning toy collector gentleman, can't think of his first name right now. I think Brick had him on a show on Sunday and was talking about that too. So and they were talking about the hype up for this. So keep checking this out. It's going to be a great show. I know I'll definitely be checking out. It's not the most ideal time for me unless it's the summer and I'm doing yard work and I'm listening in, but it's likely one I'll just catch on replay for sure.
I'll be catching replays for sure.
Awesome.
One of those nights when I'm not on YouTube by myself. Troy, do you have a question or you just like question marks?
Did I miss something?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Let's dive in.
So we're going to dive in and take a look at some of the news this week. There's a ton of it, or I feel like there is. And the things that we have to talk about are definitely requiring a little bit more conversation. Almighty Legends posted some pictures. This is from a couple weeks ago. I might have missed it. I definitely know I saw some of this information around them at Hyped Up from Zolicon. Saw some pictures. but from these ones right from their site, factory's back in action and had been working on things after New Year's break. And here's some progress on the figures. It's moving pretty fast. They did bring some things to ZoloCon, and I think they partnered up with the Savage Crucible booth there. I wasn't in attendance, but I believe folks would have seen them there, which definitely makes sense and aligns with things we found out middle of last year or so around the expansion to move their body. I guess their bucks would be leveraging the human bucks from Savage Crucible and be compatible with this stuff. So definitely something I'm interested in, especially seeing some of these wing sets and whatnot and how these will play in with some the human bucks there for the AWOC. So looking forward.
Wings look great, dude. The way they're articulating and stuff look really good.
The skull head looks cool. I definitely think this is going to be a cool figure. Definitely want to check those wings out because they look clean. Like the detail on them, they look articulate. They don't look because sometimes with the action figures and the wings, they don't look as well, right? Like there's definitely been some that are out there where I'm like, that leaves some stuff to be desired, but these look clean.
Yeah, they look good.
Definitely.
Look really good.
Awesome. And I like the articulation with them too, right? Because you can see right there, it kind of shows in the right picture, kind of using that, wing almost as a shield, right?
Yeah.
And to protect itself.
Yep.
So I look forward to seeing that in person and get my hands on it. But yeah, so that was the.
That'll be going to be fun to pick up. I'm definitely going to pick up one or two of those guys.
Awesome. Some D17 news for those 118 fans. There was an update recently. They announced their weapons pack. This may be a week or two old. Again, we're catching up on some of the news here. But yeah, I guess folks were asking for some weapons packs, and they went ahead and came up with a weapons pack with 12 weapons. Will be included. They'll be available and debut on June 20th at Joe Fest, toy and comic show, I believe in Augusta, right? And they'll be available online shortly after. There's some updates on these things. I guess the AKS 74U will have some red highlights, and the final production or the final product will include a peg hole for display. So they're continuing to enhance these, but they'll get this weapons pack to kind of expand your loadouts on your 118 figures for sure.
Yeah, they're gonna have a good. They're gonna have a good booth at Joe Fest again this year. They're gonna have this new weapons pack. They'll have two versions of the Hellstorm, whatever the hell they're calling it. Their little robotic drone thing. That's like a tank, and then they're gonna have a exclusive figure 2-pack, I believe.
Oh, so have they announced that stuff yet, or is that just kind of?
They've showed it, but I don't. They've announced that it should be there. They're just waiting to make sure that it will be there. But that's the plan right now.
Cool. That'll be cool. Awesome. Good deal. The next one is news as of in the last 24 to 48 hours, I believe. For Zeta, Icon Collectibles announced the Conan figure. 1/12 scale action figure from Icon Collectibles, and they'll be launching their pre-order in March of 2025. So this one looks good. I like the weapons.
Yeah.
This looks like I assume this is going to be on the same kind of buck that our Norsemen and
I guarantee it.
Fire and Ice, whatever the other one is, Dark Wolf, is. I'll likely get this one. You and I were talking about it before we came online because there's also, in conjunction with this, we saw another Conan one announced by Mezco today, I think.
Yep.
So, and that's the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, right?
Yep.
So, I think I'm going to pass on the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, not because I'm anti-Mezco or anything like that. I really do like my Mezco Conan that I have, but I feel like I've got one. So unless I see what the loadout that comes with it is, and it makes me want the soft goods or accessories, I'll probably pass on that one. I will get this one. I already have the other Conan, but I feel like I can still use them in conjunction with one another.
I'm assuming this one's probably going to be around the same price point, right? $80 or so.
Yeah. That I will. So I think the last Conan one I bought was over 100.
The Mezco was 125.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. So are you saying that this Conan will likely be in line with the
Norsemen and
Dark Wolf? Yeah. That's what I would anticipate is to be in that same price point. Yeah.
So
I thought you were comparing it to the Mezco.
I got decisions I got to make now. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's all really going to depend on what the actual full get up is for the Arnie Conan from Mezco.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah, I mean, I see here you got the helmet, right? You got that cool shield. You got the small little dagger. You got that sword in the back, looks good. You got the
that sword
battle
looks
axe
really
in his
good.
hand. He looks clean. I will say that I've not been massively excited about the thigh swivel joints on these Icon series figures, but I still enjoy them. They've still been good. You have the did you get the second release Dark Wolf? Is that what you got?
No,
or-
I never got the Dark Wolf. I got just the
Oh,
newest
okay.
one. But
Okay,
I mean,
that's what you got.
he's a clean figure. You know,
Yeah.
I enjoy him. I mean, he poses just fine for what I need him for. You know, and
Yep.
I'm definitely interested in this Conan. So, like I said, I'm going to make a
Yeah.
decision between this one and the Mezco one when I see the actual full release tomorrow.
Full
for the Mezco
release.
one.
Yeah. Is it tomorrow that they're gonna do the full release?
Yeah, tomorrow, March
Okay.
March 12th, 1 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be keeping my eye out on that too then. Again, I don't know that I'll buy it. I'm leaning towards this one because I've got the other two. I've been happy with those, but if that loadout for the Arnold one is big, I might have to consider it.
So Troy was the question marks where he was wondering if it was AWA tribe, I think, or AWO tribe, but it's AWOC tribe. Yeah. So glad you got that.
I hope I
figured
didn't
out, Troy.
mistype it.
No, I don't
All
know
right.
if you. Well, I think you couldn't really tell in the logo either.
Gotcha.
Real quick, what's up, Brickster? Thanks for stopping
Hey,
by,
Brick,
man.
thanks for jumping. Oh, good deal with Dark Wolf in the classroom. That's good. He's a great figure.
Yeah, I keep telling Brick that
So-
he needs to, buy that dragon for his classroom, but he hasn't been talked into it yet. So
Well, he gets started GoFundMe. I've seen a few people do that.
Oh, yeah.
We won't go on that. It's each
No.
their own. Yeah. So we have I don't know, man. This looks cool. I like this. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
I definitely
The
have
cool
my
thing
eyes
is
on
it's got the
man.
bucket, right? The bucket helmet, with the horns. So
Yeah.
it's definitely the Frazetta Conan look for number one, but also it can give you a different look. Like he doesn't, like for you, that's got a bunch of different figures that are all similar because you like men in loincloths, especially when they're muscular and oily. It gives you a little bit of a different thing to look at. Right?
Yeah. That's what it does. No, but yeah, you're right. When I want them to be different characters, and I don't want them
Right.
all to be Conan, I can let them just be other Sumerians and whatnot, and just have
Mhm.
fun with it, right? So yeah,
Yeah,
no, this is
yeah.
cool, and definitely will go in line with all of my fantasy figures that I have for sure.
Yeah.
But I'll keep my eye out on the Mezco one tomorrow, see what they say and what they show off. Because
Howard's probably
yeah.
lying in his grave, just excited as all shit. As many Conan fans as there are nowadays, and all these Conan figures and merchandise coming out since
So many of them, man.
Yeah.
So many of them. Yeah, this looks cool though. I'm definitely. He looks like he could battle a dragon. I mean,
Oh,
just
for
my
sure.
2 cents.
Yep.
Speaking of dragons or horsemen, what's been going on for Horsemen? They haven't done anything. These guys are like sitting on their laurels. They're not doing anything important.
They never put
They-
shit out either. They just say, "Oh, we're going to do this," and
Yeah.
it's years we never see anything from these guys.
But do they even do anything? No, like with all
No.
seriousness though.
Yeah.
Like they came out with a freaking dragon, right? So we knew this dragon was coming.
Oh yeah,
They announced it back in what was it?
November for Legion's Con. Right?
November. Yeah, November at Legion's Con, G-Con or whatever, right? So they didn't disappoint in what they brought to the table. And obviously the goals that they have with them. I can't remember his name. I have my notes here.
I can't remember how to say the guy's name. The knight.
Sir Benjiar or something like that, right?
Yeah. The champion of the dragon.
Yeah. I mean, this has been talked about already, but there's some things to be accounted for, right? $550, a little bit higher than what my original guesstimate was. My original guesstimate was going to be that it was around $450 for the base.
You said $600 all in with the wings.
Yeah.
Or the fire pack, whatever one it was.
Right. Well, with the fire and with I don't remember for the wings. I don't remember if I knew about the wings or whatnot, but I was figuring you would have a single accessory pack that was kind of like, here's the main pack with the dragon and you can have your dragon. And then you're going to have the secondary pack. That would be an accessory that would be, $150. I hit that one, $150. Yeah. I just didn't count it twice. And I also didn't add the extra $100 in for the dragon itself.
Man, I'll tell you though,
I also didn't account for the add-ons.
Yeah, the wings pack, right? I mean, the guy was when Brick, Oz, and Joe and I were all alive when they announced or were going through the actual how the not Kickstarter, but the GoFundMe program was going to work, whatever you want to call it. And those
The-
wings were
those
big enough to be a
crowdfunding.
small shield for that guy, right? Crowdfunding, yeah. And I mean,
Well,
so
I think I saw somebody, like you're saying, right? I saw somebody in a picture, and they put them like on their shoulders, like here,
Yeah.
and it was like they can even be used for cosplay.
yeah,
And I was like, yeah, pretty
crazy.
much. So
yeah. I mean, it's
The thing
the
here-
thing is, it's
Oh, yeah,
a
go
big
for it.
chunk of change all in, right? I mean, when you total it out, you're talking $550 for the dragon, $150 for the one fire breath and neck set, and then $150 for the wing set, right? So you're talking $850 for an all in plus tax and shipping, which it's been taking people up to that $1,000 ticket, right? Now, some people
Yeah.
are lucky like you to live close enough where you can make a short road trip and pick it up, but you get up to these goals and you get the figures thrown in, you're talking, if you pass all the goals, you're talking $200 worth of figures, right? That you're getting roughly. So I mean, it's definitely worth it. It's just a big chunk of change for people to invest in a toy when that could potentially be 2 car payments or a mortgage payment or something, right?
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
sure.
1,000% worth the cost that they're charging them. 1,000%.
Yeah, I don't think it's an absurd amount. And let's take a step back for a second, because you've heard me talk about this before. I'm not for crowdfunding these large type of items
Right. Yep.
by the mainstream, your Mattels, your
Right.
Hasbros. Like,
Yep.
I've supported them, I buy them, but I'm not for them. I don't like it. It goes against what I believe the Kickstarter and crowdfunding model was intended for. I believe those models were intended for the smaller, more independent creators to bring something to life.
Yes.
I do get that. There's some products that we would all like that wouldn't likely have been made without some of these crowdfunding experiences. I like a pre-order situation for those bigger places.
I
I
agree.
know that they're
I
vested.
agree 100% with you.
That said, for Horsemen isn't one of those big guys. They're
Nope.
on that, like, we could break the mold, but they're still our independent toy guy. They're in my opinion at where they're at right now, 10 years in or whatever. For the 4 Horsemen Mythic
Right.
Legion stuff,
Yep.
right? I think that they're where every independent toy creator wants to be at some point.
I agree 100% with that.
So I think I'm rooting for him. This is a huge stretch to bring this to life.
Yep.
If there's a community that I have seen that can do that with something so large scale, it's the 4 Horsemen.
As
One of
you
the
know,
things that go ahead.
I was going to say, like, and the other thing you got to look at is something Brick and Oz and I and Joe talked about, and we talked about it again on Clubhouse, right? This is kind of like that piece of toy history. You have the USS flag from Joe's. That was that huge toy that everybody wanted as a kid, Then you had like the Eternia playset, and you had a couple other large scale toys in there. And then there's this, right? It's like a piece of toy history. So not only are you getting like a badass dragon at 1/12 scale, you're really getting a piece of toy history, because other than the 4 Horsemen, who's going to make a dragon this scale, this detailed, this, the paint apps on this and all that stuff, right? I mean, no one's going to do it.
Absolutely. No. I mean, the closest thing that I've seen at an independent toy level in the last several years that I've been following is like Vala producing his Vanguard vehicle on his own in 1/12 scale. And that doesn't even touch on this, in my opinion.
Right.
And that's not critical of the Vanguard by any sense. It is just that, him doing that with just pre-orders, without without the crowdfunding and stuff, like that's a leap on his own, right?
At
But
the end of the day, though,
this
right? Like the
dragon-
Ramen Racer, the
Yep.
Vanguard, Ramen's van, all the other vehicles that are out there, they're just vehicles, right? I mean,
Yeah.
are they awesome? Absolutely. But are they a dragon that's, 6 foot long almost? And,
So the biggest thing for this, there's a couple things I think could be done differently. So before I go there, let's go through a couple more slides. So this is the 550, the Dragon, 2,000 to fund, right? And here's the first thing, right? If we don't hit 2,000, which I think we're going to, I'm a little more concerned today than I was yesterday. When I wake up tomorrow, I'll be interested to see how much further we are along the way, right?
They were at 1,000 this morning, weren't they?
1,003 sold this morning when Jeremy updated it this morning. 2,000 units is the goal, with subsequent stretch goals unlocking every 500 units from 2,500 to 4,000, with the caveat that maybe other things could happen if we start to blow that 4,000 out of the water.
Yeah.
I'm all for that because that just is a bigger return on all of us. I'm interested to see. Again, we have till April 6th, so we got a few more weeks and stuff. I think they timed it very appropriately at this time of the year for all of us bad habit individuals who may get a tax refund at this time of the year. I also think they did a great job by announcing and clearly stating that there will not be an upcoming release in April of another wave or anything that they're going to be pre-ordering, which I think was smart because they're letting everybody know, don't worry, get your shit you want in this dragon, because we're not going to come around the corner next month and be like, oh, but wait, there's something else, right? Like, so they did that, and that was smart. Going into the next things, right? You have your add-ons. Let's talk about these a little bit. Let's start with the fiery breath, right? And sorry, let me go back real quick. There is the skeleton. Unlock that. What's that? Is that 1,500? Is 3,500?
He comes in at because it's the Green Knight
35, right?
And then the Green Knight add-ons with the cape and all that.
At
and then
3,000.
Then the Ashen Skeleton.
Yeah. So it's 2,500. You get the first unlock with the Dragon Knight here, and then you get the upgraded with the full cloth and all the additional add-ons at 3,000 unlocked, and then at 3,500 you get the Knight here. You get the skeleton here, and then at 4,000 you'll get the extra enhancements to that skeleton. Right. Then we have two separate add-on packs, each $150. Let's start with the Fiery Breath add-on, right?
Yep.
Because this one's interesting to me. One caveat that I want to point out is that neither of these are going to be made if the 2,000 units of the core Dragon pack doesn't sell.
Correct.
So that's interesting because I heard on a stream, I don't know if it was Oz's or it might have been yours. I think when you and Brick and Oz were all chatting about this, I was listening. And I think what was interesting to me was that with this dragon head, I can picture this dragon head in clouds around it, or people doing some sort of Dio mountain type setup. You can for $150, you can get your dragon.
Because ultimately, you're going to be hard pressed to take a full picture of that dragon and have it look like a detailed picture. Whereas with the head, you could take a picture of it breathing fire onto somebody out of a cave, out of the clouds, like you said. But as you said, this dragon neck, there is actually more sold, I think, of the dragon head and fire breath right now than the dragon itself. But if the dragon tons of fun, they're not making this. So
exactly. So anybody who's thinking that they're just going to get the $150 add-on and that's going to get them through to where they need, and they don't get the full 2,000, it's going to be interesting because I think that there's a lot of people, not just because of the money, but because of the space. Going back to what you're saying, right? And what we were talking about, what I heard you guys say on your show when you guys were doing the live stream, that this could suffice, let's just say 20-30% of individuals who wanted to purchase this. And at a third of the price, a little less than a third, actually, like less than a third, almost a quarter of the price of the actual full dragon, and you get the flame effect, and you get another figure. And a lot of people are really digging that Fiery Knight, so it's it's another one. I personally don't want that Fiery Knight, so I will have a Fiery Knight for sale for someone after this campaign and when this ships, because I don't care for that figure. I don't want it. It's of no interest of mine. The only thing that might be is the sword, so we might have to talk. But either way, that is a piece that I don't care for. The only thing that I care for is the more violent dragon head and the flame. And I was kind of like, originally I was like, man, I might not even get this add-on. I might just go with just two dragons and not go the add-on. But then I heard Punk or someone say, this got me, the FOMO is like, somebody said it on one of the streams, is like, well, if you go out and you buy the dragon and then you don't buy the add-on, you're going to be like a year down the road or 2 years down the road seeing people post with the add-ons, and you're going to be like, oh, I don't have that. And then you're SOL. So now I'm like, crap, I got to buy that add-on. So that Fiery Breath, it's interesting because I feel like there's a large percentage of people, if they told them, like if the Horsemen came out and said, hey, we can't do a full dragon right now, but we're going to do this head pack, this dragon head pack I mean, they're going to sell like crazy. People would have
Yeah.
bought this, and this would have funded on its own if that was all they got. It wouldn't have been the dream if they obviously it couldn't have been a post announcement. You know, we're going to do a dragon and then scale back and only do this. But had they not announced the dragon and they just presented this, I think there would have been enough people for you know, this item in itself.
Yeah, like I said,
Either way,
for photography, right? Which is the main
Yes.
reason behind this. I mean, ultimately,
Yeah.
you know, people buy mythics because of, I mean, there's a lot of reasons they buy them, but most of it's photography and, you know, all that, right? The way they look and all that. You're never going to be able to take a good picture of the full dragon and have it look awesome, right? Are you going to be able to get a picture of the body, you know, from underneath it with an awesome looking picture? Sure, and all that stuff, right? But if you want just to be able to take a picture of a dragon head, you can even put a rider on the neck and fake it, you know.
Yeah.
You can put somebody in the fiery, you know, breath and have them smoked up and everything. So, I mean, probably the best set you can get, you know, like you said, if 4 Horsemen came out and said, okay, well, the dragon did fun, but we had a lot of interest in this, we'll just sell this part and see what happens. And I think they could do it easily. But
you know, Emerald Knight or Realm of Toys or any number of the really good photographers that we have could just roll in with just this head pack, and they'd make it look amazing.
Oh yeah,
and you wouldn't know that it wasn't a complete dragon. That said, it doesn't fun unless they get the whole dragon. So we'll see. That one has $1,000 unit fund to get this piece. So gotta unlock the 2,000. That'll then expose these add-on packs. If the 2,000s hit on the main dragon, then you get the access to these being, you know, funded once they hit their thresholds of 1,000 each for both packs, and both of them having additional unlocks, including the knight at 1,250. Right. So you get those items, right? So that's really cool. I'm sorry, the Burning Knight's included, but you get the unlocked with the advanced items for the knight for 1,250. So
yeah, so he's got he comes standard with like armored hands and armored feet and a couple of weapons, and then if you get the unlock, he has full flamed hands and feet, and then some extra weapons and accessories and stuff. So
absolutely. And then the next one is your Epic Wing add-on set. This is the one that I haven't completely convinced myself to buy. So I don't know.
I gotta tell you, if I was gonna get this dragon, and now you're gonna get 2, right? That's your plan. I would definitely go all in on one of them at least.
Yeah, it's hard
because at the end of the day, right? Let's just say a year down the road, after that's out, or 6 months down the road, you decide to sell it. You've already got that wing set. And if you don't like it, you sell it with the other dragon. If you like it, then you know, I would definitely go all in on one. The second one,
Yeah, the second one's just the base dragon.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, but I go all in on one.
I'm never gonna have both dragons shooting flames and having their wing.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Like,
right, exactly.
Like,
you'd have to steal your son's bedroom to have both of those set up like that.
Well, he's getting older. He's getting older. So.
Time to move out, kid.
He's looking at buying a house, but though my wife said I'm not allowed to have nice things because my office is always a mess, and she's going to take that room over as her office. And I'm like, what? I could use that 15 by 16 room.
Yeah, right.
It would be really nice. It'd be double what I'm in now, but we'll see. Yeah. So that said,
wait till you help your son move out, and then just slowly move your stuff in. You know, like the next day, and then clean that one up and paint it for her. And say, look, honey, I made this office just for you, the one you're in now, right? Nice and small. Painted up pretty for her. She'd be like, oh, you're so nice. What happened to all your stuff? Don't worry about that. Just don't worry about that.
Awesome. So looking at the current progress that they're updating every day, Jeremy's doing this. I imagine they'll just do this through, you know, they'll just keep doing the updates until they hit the campaigns, and then it'll just be kind of, maybe they do it every day, or maybe they just update.
I think Jeremy committed to one day, but he's been getting pounded, so I don't think he was going to be able to go a day without it. Because people are always asking. Now, will it die down after they get to that 2,000? I'm sure, but you know.
Right. Yeah. So right now, Bather has hit 50%. 1,003 units were sold as of this morning. I'm sure there's been more sold after today. We'll see those numbers tomorrow. The Fiery Breath add-on is actually at 70% funded, which is 691 units. So it's almost 3/4 of the way there. That's going to hit, right? And we said that, right? Yep. We said that's going to be the one that folks are going to go that don't have the space and want to save some money and just want to simulate the dragon experience. That's going to do that for them. Give me 1 second, dude.
I'm going to run to the chat while you're doing that. Thor, what's up, my man? Yeah, I agree. You know, the dragon is bigger companies definitely refuse to do something like that. It's definitely a piece of toy history, a dream for many, 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 many collectors. It's out of a lot of people's price range. Don't be ashamed of that, man. There's, like I said, $1,000 is a car payment. It's a mortgage payment. It's food for your family for a month. I mean, it's a big chunk of change to spend on just a plastic collectible. Murray, if you're still here, thanks for stopping by, brother. Good to see you. Thor, all that would break me, so I have to pass. Yeah, I'm still on the fence on whether I'm actually going in or not. But it's, you know, there's a lot of other things I could buy with that money, even as far as like plastic addictions go. I do not think that Larry is getting a dragon as much as he would like one. Oz is trying to figure out a way to get his dragon to Punk so we can at least take some pictures of it perched on the flag for us. So, Brickster, I don't know if I said hi to you or not. I can't remember. I think I did, but if I didn't, how you doing, brother? The closest thing to the dragon in terms of quality, sculpted, and painted detail and perfection is the Creative Beast Studios Arctic Dragon. But yeah, that's a piece of work in itself. But yeah, it's definitely not the same scale, and no one but 4-H is ever going to do something this crazy. Brick laughs every time someone says fiery breath. Yeah, dragon breath. And Thor, one more time, shipping costs in space is definitely an issue. Like I said, some people are lucky enough to live close enough to make a road trip. Matthew just wants to head in the fire. What's up, Matthew? I know you're probably heading over to your show right now, so thanks for stopping in real quick, buddy. Anybody that's bored after we're done here, head on over to Pop Blender's channel and check out the Evening Blend with Matthew Matson and Pop Blender. They do a nice show over there, talk about pop culture. Also applaud them for making Benagar, that's the name of the night, out of completely unique parts that won't be made again. Yes, that's definitely an exclusive figure for sure. That's a really badass figure. And
I was hoping they did a little something with that.
Yeah, as Troy Dotson says, go big or go home.
Awesome. So,
yeah, that's another thing for like Canada and other folks outside the U.S. Duties and fees that come along with just shipping and taxes. It's an extra ton of money.
That
Troy,
I feel has been like the biggest complaint, right?
Yeah,
is the international consumers for Mythic Legions. They've been really struggling with this one because of the cost.
Yeah, and Troy, this ships out of New Jersey. That's where the Four Horsemen's warehouse and headquarters is located at. I see Brick already answered. The second, buddy, we can pick back up. Just hitting the chat real quick while you're doing what you need to do. New Jersey, if you're there, they're definitely offering pickups after all the other ones ship out. Then you're allowed to set up I don't know if they're going to do it by appointment or, you call and say, hey, I'm coming down to get it. So they got yours ready. But it's going to be a lot easier for them to sort out for people that want to do pickup after the fact of shipping all those, whatever they do. It says they're doing it daily for the full life. They did say 4,000 was the highest goal, but if it gets to 5,000, they'll see what happens. Yep. Reminds him of grown-up versions of some of my favorite toys ever, Mattel Shogun Godzilla and Rodan. Yeah, those are some badass figures. Cobb is off to work. Good night. Later, Cobb. Have a good night, brother.
Thanks, brother.
Hopefully you're not working with the scary mannequins again. So, And one last comment. Troy says, to get this, I would have to get one completely and a second basic. You spit facts on that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Definitely.
Yeah.
You got to go all in on one. I mean, if you're getting two, you got to go in on one. I made your decision for you.
Thanks.
And I'll buy the fiery knight from you if it funds. Okay, that'll take care of some of it.
For sure. So they're making progress. It'll be interesting to see where this lands. We'll be keeping our eye on it week in and week out until it ends. So we'll definitely be keeping our tabs on that. You know, they also showed some behind the scenes pictures of the Bather figures that come
Yeah.
along with it.
I
You've
never
got Sir
thought
Benegar.
that like this blue and that green would work so well together, but
I like it a
those
lot.
gold highlights, damn, that thing looks amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I like this shield piece here too.
Oh hell
Like
yeah, dude! That
that.
shield
And
piece
I
is
love
nice.
this sword. I love the orange color to the sword here.
Yep.
So that's cool.
And it comes with the
And
dragon
helmet.
lance. You know, dragon lance has to be.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
and as
No,
Brick
this
said,
is
there's
cool.
a bunch of exclusive pieces that will never be available anywhere ever again. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a big item. So I speaking of these, right, I thought would be really cool is if they allowed the people who backed it and stuff, right, the opportunity to do individual add-ons, right? Like maybe I want like 3 or 4 of these guys, like just this guy. Maybe I want a couple of the skeletons, right? Like allowing you to do individual figure add-ons for these unlocks but hey, only do it for the people that buy the full dragon, right? Like like buying that base dragon, or maybe make it only available to those that go all in on all 3 unlocks, and then let them be able to buy these other pieces, right?
yeah,
I get that could lead to some potential scalping down the road for these. To some people who have a little bit more funds could definitely step on others' toes with that. Could be a problem, but I thought it would be cool to have some of those opportunities. So
yeah, you know, with the 4 horsemen, you never like we were talking when we were watching them, you know, go through this. I mean, like you don't know, like the box art that they do on like some of the figure obscuras and things like that, right? It's just incredible. Like some of the box art on some of even just the horse packaging is amazing, right? So Troy's doing that to my 1,400 plus shipping for 2 all in, or a 1 all in and a base.
Gotcha.
Plus
I thought it
tax,
was
Troy.
an
Don't
error.
forget tax. So you're talking, you know, $100 for each dragon for shipping, and tax is $75 roughly each dragon. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you're
Awesome.
talking $1,700 when you're all done.
I mean,
two.
I'm this figure.
You're picking them up, so you're
something I
saving
need.
yourself some. You know, I mean, so
Well, that's the thing. It's like I mean, how much is it shipping to New York?
right now, I think the closest thing to New York that I got was someone from Boston. I think said it was $75 for shipping. So I mean, that'd be
But that's
pretty
just
much
for one, right?
right. So $75 each dragon, right? So that'd be basically what we'd pay because we're not much farther away than Boston.
Yeah, I feel like for $150, I'd rather just drive down. Hell, maybe
Yeah,
I'll
hell
get a third one.
Yep. Guys, got any extra goods back there? I'll fill the truck up.
Hey, somebody not come to pick theirs up in the last couple days. You guys just need clear space. You know, I'm here. Just throw it on in the back. Right.
I got one passenger seat left in the pilot. Let's go.
Yeah. So 65% of this one has been sold or funded, right? So 650 units there. It's on its way. Let those who back the dragon add additional versions. Yeah. So Brick's saying like, let them get vinegar, but with a cap, or like 5 or 10. Yeah, I agree. Maybe for everyone, just let you get one more, right? Maybe you can get one more figure, right? So you can grab one.
I think they're trying to avoid the scalper thing, right? Because these are going to go crazy.
That.
I mean, they're going to go crazy anyway, right? Because there's a lot of guys out there that are buying this dragon or 2 dragons that are going to need just one night or don't want the night at all, right? Benegar. So I mean, you're going to see that guy go up. He's going to be 3/4.
Well, this guy, I don't want him, but he'll have a special niche, right? Like there'll be a niche of people that want this figure.
Oh, there's a lot of people that want the translucent fire knight already.
I have no desire for this one. And I mean, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not picking it. It doesn't fit into the world that I play in and what I display. So not of interest of mine. The next one here, I don't care for this one.
Yeah.
I like the shield. I like the weapons. I don't need a Walking Dead zombie. And that's not me being critical of it. It's just not something I care for.
Yeah, out of all the figures that are coming with this whole set, this is probably my least desired figure. Is it cool as a figure itself? Yes, but it's just as it's cool that they made him black, so it looks like he got crispy charred, right?
Charred. Yep.
I mean, other than that,
to me, if I got this right, and obviously getting the pack, I will, right? I will likely keep this one, right? I think this comes with mine. right?
Yeah. It would
Or
come
no,
with
this is with the
no,
wings. This comes with the wings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this being with the wings actually is part of the reason where I was like, I wasn't needing the wings to begin with, and then the figure add-on, I was like, I don't really care for that because honestly, all this figure ever does is get thrown in the background as a dio piece. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
exactly.
treat him like a zombie. He would literally just be a dead skeleton on the
Yeah.
ground,
Yeah.
and like I don't need that. I can pick up some generic stuff from like Joanne's Fabric or Michael's and stuff, and just
if you got the skeleton pack coming, you already got the background dead people anyway. You know,
yeah, exactly.
it's
So
a
again,
nice
not
little
critical of
thing.
it. It's not my thing.
Yeah, it's a nice little piece, but yeah, it's
Nope.
probably the least desirable figure out of the whole lot.
I have to think so. I have to think so. And then there's the additional knight that I believe this one comes with the base dragon if they hit the 3,500,
Yep.
and then the additional weapons if they an additional loadout, I guess,
Yeah.
if they get to the 4,000, right? So one of the big things is you were talking about this, the local pickup, right? That's going to be huge. And I just had that in my notes to cover on this slide here as we wrap up the Four Horsemen stuff, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that are really cool about this whole thing. You get the dragon.
Yep.
And it's definitely something I will be getting. I absolutely want this. As soon as I saw it last year, I showed my son of wonder, and I was like, "Look, dude!" I was like, "Check out this freaking dragon."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh!" I was actually sitting at work, and we have these like developer cubes at my office, and one of my best friends sits like right next to me to the left, and he knows what a nerd I am with action figures. He has no interest in that stuff at all. For a while, he used to collect pops, but like he's not into this stuff. But I was like, dude, check this freaking dragon out. Like, and look how big it is compared to like these 6-inch figures. And he's like, are you kidding me? That thing's a monster. I was like, yeah, I need 2 of them. And he laughed and he's like, how much do you think they'll be? I'm like, I think about $450.
Yeah.
We'll see. But you know, either way.
Real quick before we leave Mythic Legions, go on to the next thing. There is the free shipping at Hella Dope Toys right now for anything that's Four Horsemen.
Oh yeah.
Pre-order and in stock. Anything you order through the 14th, which I believe is this Friday, that sale ends. And then, yeah, also they got their new retailer wave is up for pre-order, which has quite a few really cool looking figures in there for sure. So definitely go over and check out your retailers for the Four Horsemen's latest retailer wave. Pick those up. I don't know what happened to Travis. He just disappeared. He went black on us. Going into Fresh Monkey Fiction. I don't know where Travis is, but real quick before
I'll be right back.
Okay. Before we go on to Fresh Monkey Fiction. I agree, Brick. I don't know why companies want to avoid the scalping. Bobby Vella had a big thing about that with his figures. He didn't want people to scalp it. So he started re-releasing figures and stuff to help alleviate some of that or, mitigate some of that stuff. But I mean, as a company, a toy manufacturer or, a company selling toys, you can't stop that. Like Oz was saying the other night, that Barbarian from Four Horsemen was up on eBay for, 3-4 times as much as it was costing to buy at ZoloCon. So, I mean, no matter what you do, you're never going to stop the scalpers. It's just an impossible thing. Delta 17 at Joe Fest, their exclusive Ninja figure was going up for like 80 or 120 bucks or something when it was, 25 at the table at Joe Fest. I mean, people are going to scalp and people are going to buy extras so they can scalp it. And this is no different. A lot of people are going to get these figures from the Dragon and they're just going to sell the figures to make up for the cost of the Dragon. That's what a lot of people have planned. I think it's going to flood the market with some of those figures, so they're not going to get as much as they would like, but that's the facts of life. So everybody's sitting here looking at this. Well, we were looking at this gorgeous dragon, but now we're looking at Fresh Monkey Fiction's awesome monkey in a hat. So I think we're going on to the Fresh Monkey Fiction's Operation Monster Force next and some of the news surrounding that. But like I said, I don't know where Travis is, and he's got the slideshow. So I guess we'll sit here and chat. Who in the chat's gonna definitely go in on a dragon, and who's on the fence, and who's? I know Thor said he's a definite no. I know Oz is here. He's getting it. Brick says he's a definite no, but Brick has no willpower. I've seen him break before. I'm just kidding, Brick. I know you got great willpower. I love you, brother. I am still on the fence. I still have till the 6th of April to make my decision But like I talked about before, I got a lot of other big items that I want to buy, and I have Joe Fest coming up. So this dragon could actually fund basically my whole trip for Joe Fest. So it's kind of a hard thing to say. Kenzo's a definite no. No one's on the fence. And yes, much love, Brickster.
Sorry,
All
getting
right.
some water issues here.
What?
My bad. Yeah, we got water issues. My pump's not working. It's on and off. Sorry.
I didn't hear what you said. I just thought you said someone with water's here. I was like, what the hell does that mean at 10 o'clock?
No. Dealing with some water issues where the water pump keeps turning on and off. It's weird.
Oh,
Running up and down 3 sites of stairs and trying to fix it. So
that was fast, dude. I'm impressed. I'm proud of you.
I try.
You didn't have a heart attack, so that's a good thing.
No, I'm trying. My watch is yelling at me. So for the fresh monkey, right? Like with this, I just wanted to cover the news that they came up with regarding the Big Bad Workshop, right? So
Yep.
Big Bad Toy Stores has officially launched their Big Bad Workshop, right? It's their new division, and Bill from Fresh Monkey Fiction is gonna be taking the helm full time starting in 2025.
Bill and Big Bad Toy Store launched that together anyway, kind of as a collaboration. So Bill is just taking the helm, and he said eventually Fresh Monkey Fiction will just be rolled into that. But the Fresh Monkey or the Operation Monster Force will still have the Fresh Monkey Fiction tag on it, but it's going to definitely roll into the Big Bad Workshop.
Yeah, it's not going away, right? Is what they said, and it's kind of going to evolve.
I think it'll help them
collaboration.
avoid some of the delays that they've had as far as getting the funds together for the things. I think they're still going to kickstart it like they or crowdfund it as they have been through Big Bad, like they have been with the Santas and stuff. But I don't think it's going to be the way it's been, where it's been as much delays as they've experienced.
They did say they weren't going to have to do that as much, if I saw in the message correctly.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like they're still probably going to do I should say it's probably going to go from pre-orders as opposed to crowdfunding type of thing. I
exactly.
guess better way to say that.
Yep. And they're just going to expand their collaboration. Like, they'll continue with the Naughty or Nice stuff, some of the long box heroes, lines like Eagle Force.
They got a lot of stuff coming out because they got the special agents, whatever they're called. I keep forgetting the name of that.
Agents of something.
Yeah, whatever that's called. But they got that. And they got the Crimson Moon, then more Eagle Force come in. They got the next Naughty and Nice, which also includes the Santa and Krampus Centaurs and the 8 reindeer plus Rudolph's head and sleigh and all that stuff. So lots of stuff coming. So good times.
Yeah, and they said that they're going to merge. Like you're going to see co-branded projects like Eagle Force, Operation Monster Force. Those are going to begin to shift completely over to the Big Bad Workshop branding. That's co-branded projects, right?
Yep.
There's big plans ahead, but essentially, it'll continue to expand their original brands, allow for their indie collaboration, and also some exciting. What was it? I opened a timer on my screen. How I did that?
I don't know. But, Brick, they mentioned the Voyagers line too. That's going to be something they want to bring to life now. So it got put on the back burner, just trying to get the Naughty and Nice and in the Operation Monster Force and everything going. But that's definitely something they want to bring up with their Cops line also. So, and this guy shows
up. Who's this guy? Do we have a media asset for that guy?
I don't know. We used to. I don't think he deserves it.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money.
I'm going to talk about that Cops line here in a minute.
Yep.
So when we get to Valaverse, because something I saw in one of the forums on Facebook today was interesting to me on that. I don't know if you saw that or not.
We'll talk about it.
Awesome. So the, big plans ahead. One of the big things that they had in the message is that some exciting licensed properties that will be announced this summer. So keep your eye on that, as it looks like some things are going to be coming down the pipe there too. It's big for the Fresh Monkey. It's going to allow them to expand. It's going to allow them to start, walking as they've been stuck crawling for the last several years.
Oh yeah.
And that's really the message that Bill was selling.
They're making great stuff, dude. I mean, their Monster Force figures I love. The Naughty Nice figures are awesome, you know. So it's like, and look at this guy who shows up, Pablo Lopez, Toy Box Photography. What's up, dude? Thanks for stopping in.
Yes, sir. The next one is Plunderlings. Haven't seen this one in a while.
Yeah.
Because they hadn't really been doing too much since the Plunder Strongs and Plunder Longs.
Yep.
But recently at New York City Toy Fair, Plunder Beak takes over.
Isn't it Plunder Wings?
Captain, I thought it said Plunder Beaks on there.
They called it Plunder Wings.
Hold on a second. Now you got me second guessing myself. Dude. Hold on. Plunderlings. So Plunderlings, they had called them Plunder Beak, Captain Longbill. Yep. So Plunder Beak, Captain Longbill led the charge. You know, he's the one on the left. The one in the middle is Berserker Cuervo. And then they have the Raider Flinch at the end there. So kind of expanding their line. I'm not sure how this one plays in because it's vastly different than the Plunderlings, and at least the Plunder Strongs and Plunder Longs, they're all kind of the same, but this is kind of giving some bird-like effects to it. It'll be interesting to see how it plays in.
It's definitely going to be cool to see how they tie this into the story. It does fit the aesthetic, though. I mean, there's definitely like, you know, you see a lot of like the pirate themes in the Plunderlings, you know, with all that. So I mean, these guys fit the aesthetic. It's just a different type of creature, I guess.
Yep, exactly.
But I love the Pelican dude, man. The captain, he's awesome looking.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Plunderwings would have probably been the better play on the words.
Yeah. I think Plunderwings would have been badass for that name.
Yeah, that is actually a really good one. Watch him come out and announce the change.
And Pablo is saying, real quick, Pablo's saying that Plunderlings is having something coming soon. New Kickstarter coming. Exciting to showcase what's coming. All right.
Sweet. That's good news. Man. That's awesome. Yeah, I like the Plunderlings. I've got a bunch of them.
My daughter was over visiting my 25-year-old the other day, and I had my Plunderling in the little boat dial that I built for it. And she's like, she loves horror, Gremlins, Beetlejuice, all that stuff, right? She's like, I want that. So I took it, packed it up in the box for her, showed her how you could put like the ears in the box. So it's now on display in her bedroom. So I'm proud.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, real quick before we go on to the next thing, GI Jetman's here. What's up, GI Jetman?
Thank you for just jumping in.
And Pablo, those guys are a lot of fun to photograph, and you've done some awesome stuff that I've seen on Instagram with
that's awesome
Plunderlings. So,
are those his photos?
Under the toy box photography? Yeah, he does amazing photos, dude. Have you ever? Oh, I don't know if those are his photos.
I just grabbed them directly from Plunderlings, so I don't know if they were his or
I don't know if he did those
or whose they were.
But he does excellent photography. If you guys aren't following PL Toy Box Photography on Instagram, definitely go follow him.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was, because I know I've seen his name on other things. Like there was like a Plunder Strong one I saw him do a while ago. Which looked really good. So it wouldn't surprise me if those are his photos. If they are, I'm happy to have you in here and showing off your photos, because they're awesome. And I will definitely be snagging some of those. Savage Crucible, one of my favorite. I mean, like there's like two lines that are like my favorite, right? It's AWOC and Savage. And that's not discrediting the Horsemen and Plunderlings or anything, but these are just two lines that I really, really enjoy because the lore and the products that I've seen and I got my hands on. They made a big announcement, recently. Death Dealer is joining. So this figure looks freaking awesome. We knew there was another item coming from the Frazetta line, like the Frazetta house or whatever, art museum, whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
So, Death Dealer is joining Savage Crucible. I'm interested to see if they bring him into like the comic book lore stuff, because if they do, that'd be interesting to see how they play him in.
Did they bring the other Frazetta figure into their lore?
The thing with Rob is with the Savage Crucible is that they are all part of Savage Crucible. The world, it can be anything.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's anything. Right. He's got that whole wide open thing. So
he talked about bringing. Yep.
Pablo just says that those weren't his photos, but his are being used for the boxes. So awesome.
Oh, but read his next message.
The Death Shooter shots are his though. Awesome, dude.
Dude, Pablo, that's awesome, dude. You did
Yeah.
an amazing job with these.
So I told you
These
when
are
when I
awesome.
told you the other day when we were talking about this, right? Like when I was in the service, one of the units I was in was called the Rough Riders. And
Yeah.
this guy, we had a flag of the Death Dealer sitting on his horse in our barracks. And we had t-shirts made with him on there. You know, we were called, that's, you know, the Death Dealer was a shit. So when I first saw this guy, of course, when I saw the other one, right, the $350 one that comes with the horse or whatever, which
Oh yeah.
is badass looking figure, but I'm not spending $350 for
Too
a figure and a
expensive.
horse, right?
Too
But
expensive.
this
Now we
guy,
get a dragon.
yeah, this guy, I'm definitely going to be putting into my collection.
Yeah. These photos, I mean, like you know me, I'm a savage
Oh,
guy
yeah.
already. And these Death figures look good, but these photos, Pablo, dude, amazing work, super talented. But this, you know, this one's joining, you know, and it's fully compatible, and collector friendly, integrates seamlessly with the other 6 to 7 inch Savage Crucible line items. So cross compatibility on parts. Another interesting thing I thought was cool is that a portion of sales will help maintain, reacquire, and support Frazetta artworks for the Frazetta Museum. And this goes on sale March 21st.
Pre-order, right?
Screens, but yeah, pre-order, but it should be delivered in Q4 this year.
Okay.
The pricing will be announced soon. So one of the things I've seen is these are available through well, so I don't know if these will be available. I cannot confirm that these will be available through Hello Toys, but I do know that you know, there are other people that have the ability to sell Elric.
Yeah.
I did pre-order my Elric direct. You will get your best pricing through through Savage Crucible directly, but on Harbinger Studios. But if for some reason you miss out on the pre-order when it goes live and how long they have that,
I think Elric went up. I saw him at BBTS and I think Nerdzoic, but I'm not 100% sure on Nerdzoic. But I know I definitely saw him at BBTS.
Okay.
Mel Nibone,
Yeah, so-
Elric of Mel Nibone.
Yeah, so I have that one coming. But yeah, I believe that they're all kind of cross-threaded into the lore now. You know, anybody that they bring in, part of that lore at some point. You know me, I'm all about that. So some additional photos here. Again, just some really cool, like this, like this dude looks awesome. The chainmail, like the chains on there, you know that's going to be great. The helmet, I mean, he's kicking the crap out of lizards and skulls and just so freaking awesome looking.
Yeah.
I'm pumped for this figure. This is, I mean,
that head
honestly,
sculpt with the helmet, dude, is just incredible.
well, like there's multiple helmets, right? I feel like I gotta get two.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. You definitely got to be able to pose them with both heads. But that one,
Yeah.
the last photo set, that helmet with the horns on the side is just, that face is awesome on that.
Yeah. I mean, they both have the helmets on the side, but like you have the one which looks more like battle ready, and then the other one which looks a little toned down. Yeah, so you could go with either one, but I think these are two. I think these are two full. I think this is a double order. I think you got to buy two so you can fully display it and have both. You know, guys, and I mean, I don't know the full Death Dealer details, but these are cool.
I'm gonna have to buy two. One to just pose on my shelf, and then one to take down to the creek and get in the mud.
Man, these are gonna be cool. Be careful, those fabric the soft goods.
I don't give a shit, dude.
Some of our buddies over at Space Zombie from Mars.
Yes, TNT.
Adam, highly articulated, and then Arlen and his brother.
Arlen and Ira.
Yeah, they came on our show first, right? Like kind of prepped up the Space Zombie from Mars. Quick update here. They're at about $30,000, just over that when I screen capped this earlier today. 20 days left to go.
So Pablo's saying you should be able to interchange the faceplates on that between the helmets. For the
that'll be awesome.
It's definitely a two-piece set or two figure buy no matter what. What are they at? 30 grand? 30K?
30 grand, 25% of their goal. They had a strong first week. They're already quarter of the way there. They did add some additional items to their Kickstarter where you can see some images on the updates. So you definitely want to keep, you know, even if you're not backing it, you're unsure of it. I recommend it. I backed it. Adam will tell you in the earlier chat I should back it more. Thought I did pretty good, but now he's got me second guessing myself.
What did you end up going in on? Just a couple astronauts, or what?
I did the all in that they had available right now.
The
Yeah,
full-
whatever the start get go thing.
yeah, like 7 figures with the rated record in the comic.
I thought that's the one. I thought that's
Yeah.
the one I did. Yeah.
That's what I did.
But yeah, so they're all over YouTube. Adam is doing tour to
Oh, geez, those
tour
guys
to
are
Mars.
good.
He's been
Yeah.
tour to Mars everywhere.
Yeah.
Actually, Arlen was on a show Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night, and I picked up just the last couple minutes where he was working. He was on a show where they actually teach people how to sculpt and stuff, like they do 3D modeling and
nice.
stuff. And he was on there helping give some insight into it. I have to go back and watch it.
Oh,
But yeah,
cool.
they're all over the place right now.
Send me the link for that. I'd like to see that.
Absolutely. Additionally, they posted an updated image of the fully articulated kind of body. So you can see all the different articulating joints on the space. The main buck. They also posted pictures of some painted heads here, so you can or pasted parts and stuff.
I love that neck with just the
neck.
exploding blood out of there, dude. That is so cool.
I like the Red Skull head on the left. That's what that makes me think of.
Oh yeah,
makes me think of Red Skull, right, from Marvel.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was
So
thinking
they're
that or
just
kind
like
of Frankensteinish for sure, but yeah, that's definitely a cool head. I mean, all the heads are cool, but yeah, that's cool.
And then some other shots that I saw they posted, recently, last couple of days, with the broken glass kind of helmet. You've got the different, got the 2 different zombies. So very cool. Torn pant legs on some of them. The inner swappability there, because a lot of this stuff is just kind of like configuring too. So you can configure different versions and different styles based on the different add-ons. So yeah, if you haven't gone out and backed the Space Zombies for Mars, definitely go do it. 30% of the way there. Let's see if we can get them over the hump. So
It's going to be a cool
that are on here.
Have that broken glass with the exploding neck and just have like a head on the ground next to it or something. That's going to be awesome.
For sure. The next thing I'm going to jump onto is just quick updates from Valaverse. I do want to cover a couple things here real quick before we dive in, or after we kind of cover the couple items that they announced. So right before Zolocon, or I guess the day of Zolocon, they hinted previously to having some special 5.5, so little wave or series 5.5 releases, which were a couple additional army builders with some different camo packs. I think there was a third one. It was like a Navy SEAL, not a Navy SEAL,
maritime,
like a SEAL. Maritime. Yep. So I didn't screen cap that one and show it here, but they had those 3. So some army builders come with weapons, come with all of the different loadouts.
Ultimately, the same figure, just different loadouts.
Yep, exactly. And he wanted to go a little different on this. I did watch the video and he announced it. Wanted to make it a little different than some of the other army builders that he's done by doing some different paint apps, but also the one on the left definitely makes me think of Splinter Cell. I think that was the game from like the early 2000s on the Xbox. That's what it makes me think of. So he's got some cool figures here. But one of the things which I didn't put in the news, and I don't know how true it is, I did see somebody post on, and I'm not going to pull it up on my screen, but I'm going to go to it and speak to it in a second. It was in the Valaverse chat, one of the groups, and somebody posted, I swear, today. I think
it was today.
Did you see it or hear about it?
Yeah. You talking about the Cops announcement?
Yeah, you want to talk about that? Was there an announcement on it, like a formal announcement?
Hold on. Let me see what I have.
I didn't see a formal announcement. What I saw was somebody screenshotted the trademarking and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Whoops, that's not the right one.
Oh, here it is. Yep, I got it right here.
You got it?
So, yeah, so
Cyber
Cops, Central Organization of Police Specialists, is live pending trademark that I think they're working to get, or word mark for action figures, Valaverse LLC out of Rhode Island, USA, right? So interesting little thing that I came across. And then there was another one. So not only did you have Cops, which is referred to as Central Organization of Police Specialists, but you also have one that is Cybernetic Operational Prosthetic Squad. Yeah. And that one is also, LLC live pending. So there's some interesting things there. And then third, there was Cyber Cops, which is another one. Ride-on toys, mechanical toys, wind-up toys, talking toys.
Yeah, I don't know what that one was
Dollars.
about. That's weird, but
Yeah.
I know like the Cops license from the cartoon back in the I want to say late 80s, 90s. There's a couple people because what's his name had that license, but he kind of went defunct now. What's the guy that was doing? He was working with the Fist there.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about. He had that line of Universal Soldiers or whatever they were called, futuristic combat soldiers. That guy. He was supposed to be doing Cops. At Joe Fest last year, Fresh Monkey Fiction announced they were doing Cops. And that's which was licensed. So it's interesting to see if this is another Cops line or if Bobby's going to do something different since they're calling it, Cyber Cops and some other things, right? Because the Cops cartoon, Cops was that whatever the abbreviation was, the acronym.
Yeah, I'm actually skimming through the comments and stuff to see.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. So little news, little sneak thing that somebody found. I don't know who found it, but somebody came across it, when they were searching online, went through a rabbit hole of some patents, word marks, etc. And came across that. So I thought that was interesting. And that's the end of the news this week, man.
No, I got one thing. I got
Oh.
one more thing. I'm going to share my screen.
Oh, let me stop sharing that.
This just launched today. And this comes from our buddy Blake Wright over at Toy Collector Magazine. Why is it not showing?
Oh, I totally messed up on that.
Why didn't it share?
Do a share on it real quick, and then I'll add the view.
It's supposed to be
There it is.
share. Oh, there it is. So yes, he launched his Kickstarter for Moon Man Zero comic book. Again, this is Blake Wright from Toy Collector Magazine. Just started today at I want to say 3 or 4 o'clock. It's got a couple different versions. You can get a digital version of this comic book this is a character he created years ago. Just wanted to do something different. Then he's, of course, improved it. He's got some special artists that's done some unique cover variants if you want to get a cover variant. So go over there and back it. I mean, like the base backing is like $15 for a digital copy. So the skull's not that high. So, and you can get an actual physical comic book for like $25 plus shipping. I think shipping is like $10 or something. So, I mean, go over and back this comic book. The story's really cool. Blake's got some other plans for, more stories coming up and possibly an action figure based on Moon Man Zero. Definitely just some old school fun, crazy, sci-fi craziness. Like you see the Fishman and he's like his sidekick's like a crab looking, space crab thing. So lots of fun, lots of cool stuff. Great storyline. Perfect for you, Travis, since you like lore and stuff. And, like I said, for $20, go over there, $25, go over there and support Blake and get his dream comic book brought to life.
For sure. No, that's cool. Definitely check that out. I did get the email alert on it, but I totally overlooked it today. So missed out on that for sure. So yeah, that's it for this week, man.
That was a lot.
Next week. And let me share my screen so we can hype up the next week's show. Right. So if everything goes to plan, which I fully expected to not go to plan, but we're going to do our best anyways and shoot for the stars and land on the moon. The next week is the Art of Display showcasing your collection, which is going to be, we're having a special guest. We're having the creator and founder of Hexastack on the stream. He'll grace your presence for the first time ever. And he will be promoting Hexastack. We may have some special guests dialed in for that show. Hexastack has transitioned from the original concept stands, which I'll be showing because there's been iterative stands. But now that my patent is fully pending and from a legal standpoint, I am allowed to continue to move forward, and I've worked out the hiccups and some of the challenges I was having because I wanted to make sure that the stand was not half-assed, to be honest, and make sure that the magnetic pulls and everything and whatnot was sufficient. And there were some other things I came up with that enhanced the product overall. I'll be showing those off on next week's stream. And then Wednesday, they'll go live for sale. So folks will be able to start purchasing those 1 week from tomorrow on the 19th of March, which will be not a full 2 years. It won't be a full 2 years from my original announcement. So
has it really been that long though? Jesus.
It will be almost 2 years in May. May was when I officially announced it on the Hello Dope show.
Oh, that was before PowerCon, right? So that was 2023. Holy shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it has been 2 years, almost, not quite. It's been about 22 months or so. It was about this time 2 years ago, maybe a little bit earlier than this, that I was starting to fumble around with the concept and idea and starting to build it out and made the first prototypes with an FDM printer. But we'll go into that story and how we display our toys next week. It won't be just about Hexastack. We'll cover on how others display their toys with dios and such too. Yeah. But with a focus on Hexastack and its final, or it's finally going to launch next week. So very excited to get
the official launch party.
Exactly. So it's like a launch party, but it's the art of display. So
right.
Looking forward to finally digging into that. But between now and then, what do you got going on? You got the Hello Dope show on Sunday, right?
Got Hello Dope. No Hello Dope on Sunday. So they have their Columbus Toy and Gaming show, so they'll be at the show con all day.
Yep.
So no show for them, but I'll be on Saturday Night Clubhouse with Oz Saturday. This past Saturday, I dipped out early because I got a bloody nose from the damn heat in my house being on so much. My nose is dry. Got a bloody nose.
My youngest has that same issue.
Ended up passing out. Woke up in the morning with like a wad of tissue stuffed up my nose and lost an hour of my day. I was like, what the hell happened? And
so for those problems, and I just had to deal with it tonight with my son earlier before, like probably an hour or so before we got on here, because my oldest son was a wrestler. There was a kid that used to wrestle on the team, and he would get bloody noses all the time, all the time, to the point where they just wouldn't stop. And if they don't, you only have so much time where you can pause the match in wrestling before you forfeit if you can't return because of a bloody nose and you can't be bleeding. Yeah. So the coach would stuff feminine products in their bag. Yeah. And they would just poop and cork it in the nose and cut the string. So I learned that from watching my oldest son wrestle and seeing what the other kid had to do. And my youngest son has really, really, really bad bloody noses. Yeah. So we oftentimes have to hit the bathroom and had to do that tonight. And he walks around with a corked nose for a few minutes. Because
I used to have a humidifier that I had on every night, but mine broke at the end of last winter. So this winter I never bought one. And of course, this winter's been bad because it's been so damn cold for so long this winter that it's, the heat's just been, I think my heaters run more this winter than it has in the 3 years that I've been here. So
probably, I mean, it's been a rough year. Like I've had my heat up a lot more than I normally would for sure. But, so you'll be there this Saturday. Radnum on Friday.
On Friday, we got I've got a Punk's pit for anybody that's a member of Punk with Toys. That's on Friday night, so I'll be on there for a while before I hit Radnam. Thursday night is Thursday with a friend, and I can't remember who's on Thursday. Then, of course, Monday is Punk's Toy Ramblings, and then Tuesday I'll be back here with you on the launch party. Good. Whoop, whoop.
Yes, sir. Awesome, dude. Good deals. And I'll be here, same bat channel, same bat time next week, and we'll catch you guys then. Until next time. It's probably been a minute since I said this, but
2 minutes.
Stay wonderful. Stay wonderful.
But remember this, let your toys breathe, do this. Toys on the desk, it's the new habitat. ToyLeet Takeover, we're loving that. It's a stack high in the air where it's at. Everywhere's a playground for Mr. Wonderful. In the office, living room, let them breathe. Action takes hit the trail through the mud and undersell. It's the ToyLeet life beyond the shelf we prepare. Figures and cents in perfect place with Hexastack we own the space. From battle seeds to epic quests, our collection's always at its best.